What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. You know who it is, your boy John.
Fucking white belt slayer.
What happened to the Wrangler?
I was wrangling.
Or did we say
we blew it? We wrangled in blue belts.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was white belt slayer, blue belt wrangler.
I wrangled a bunch of blue
belts.
belts.
You be wrangling? You be out there wrangling?
Just come into daddy's spider web and see what happens.
There you go.
Where you been,
boy?
Dog?
It's hot.
It's hot today.
It's
probably 100 in here right now.
If you guys aren't here, the last week here it's been over 100 almost every single day. Yesterday and today it's been about 108, 111.
Yeah, yesterday my house was 111.
Yeah, so it's been freaking toasty as shit.
Yeah, dude, I had not on a jiu-jitsu subject. I had, you know about mobile tire service?
Where they come out and...
Motherfucker came to my house and did the tires on my car. Put all new tires on my truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
was it about the same price?
Cheaper.
No.
Dude, it was cheaper.
They good tires?
Yeah, I mean, they're tires.
Well, I mean, are they retread tires?
No, they're brand new. They're brand new. Yeah. Anyway, motherfucker was out there. It was 111 degrees. He came wearing like a kind of like a mechanic outfit. Dude, it was black. It was covered in sweat when he was done. I was like, my bad, dog.
That's crazy.
He was 111 out there.
I mean, I've had a mobile mechanic once come out because the bike that's at Kenny's, it needed a new stator and a new rectifier, and so I pulled it all out. And then I had the wrong piece because a company gave it to me for free to replace it, and it was the wrong size. And then what I found is on that year model they made 3 different variations, and so I finally got the right one, which took like 3 months. And then I got it, and I came back, and I looked at the bike, and I was like,
"How do you do it?"
I completely forgot everything about how I took it out, where everything went. It was all bagged and everything was ready, but I couldn't remember. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. So I had to call a mobile mechanic to come out and put it back in.
That's funny.
Yeah. It took him about an hour still, so I was like, all right, that would have been rough for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So where you been, dog?
I've been off
2 weeks?
2 weeks now. Yeah. So originally I hurt my hand. I got my injection, the cortisone injection added, and that worked. It was still kind of funky, but then I went back, and I kind of got slammed, and I landed wrong.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and so like jammed my shoulder, and I couldn't lift it for like a minute. I couldn't even lift it above my head, and then finally I was able to lift it, and so I was like, all right, cool, we'll finish rolling. And then I went back, I think, the next day, and then that weekend hit, and then I had like a pinched nerve, and I could barely do anything on my in my tricep.
Tell me how you got slammed.
I don't even remember. He went for like maybe a
Fireman?
single leg. No, because I when I landed, it drove me like this, and then I posted. I don't remember even what I was trying to do, but I
posted?
Yeah, but on my elbow. But it was like his weight plus my weight, and it just like jammed it into
45 degrees, dog.
But I think I was
45 degrees.
I can't remember if he was going for a single leg, and I was going to try to lift him. But I just didn't land right or whatever. But anyway, so like after that, like I've had like this pinched nerve in my fucking tricep where like if I just bring my arm out like this, it just feels like fire in my tricep. So I went to class one day, and just the jogging, like the jostling from like the jogging and stuff, like my whole arm was on fire. So I was like, all right, I gotta take time off. Like, so unfortunately, hopefully I'm gonna try to go back Monday. It still kind of hurts, but it's much better. So go back Monday and we'll see. I'll probably get smashed.
So you've been off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And in that 2 weeks, you've probably drank 100 beers.
Yeah, a lot of beers.
You think I forgot, dog?
Look, what happened was we keep having events.
I thought we were going to do a live weigh-in on this one.
We did not say live weigh-in. You keep going for that. We ended up...
This boy's 235 right now.
No, not even. But like we keep having like... Because it's so hot, we keep having pool parties here and like...
I almost brought trunks today, dude.
Yeah, we keep having pool parties and then like, everyone brings beer, then everyone's bringing food, and it was like, fuck. So... But during the week, I've been good. Like, I eat normal and healthy during the week. It's just the weekends blows all the work I did away, plus all the beers.
Yeah, the IPAs, dude.
Yeah, I'd be like,
An IPA is like 150 calories at least.
It's summer, though, so you're sweating it out. I
don't think that's how calories work.
You're burning it just sitting. Out here, I'm dying, bro. It's hot as fuck.
Balls is hot right now.
My balls is hot.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 2 weeks last week I rolled I trained 5 days a week. 5 days that week. This week it's just 3, but Yeah. I wasn't going to talk about it publicly because I was going to try to do some sneaky shit to some motherfuckers, but it's not a very good secret to have anyway. So I started training judo like 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago now. That shit's cool, dude. It's really fun. Yeah, straight judo. Like I train at UCR, University of California, Riverside, has a judo club that's like one of the best in the country, and it's open to everybody. Anybody can go sign up. And I think it's just called Riverside Judo Club who runs it. The main sensei, it's corny as fuck to call him a sensei, but the main sensei is a fucking a red and white belt. He's been training for like 70-ish years.
That's a long time.
The main sensei before that was a dude straight from Japan. Trained same amount of time. He died. He was like 80-something. He fucking died. Mm-hmm. So this was one of his students, I think. He took it over. His name is Sensei Carmen. I can't think of his first name. He's really cool. This dude's like 74 years old, and I gripped him. Motherfucker feels like a wall, dog. Yeah, and he kind of walks like he's been doing judo his whole life. But man, you can see those dudes are real sharp. And then like they have a bunch of like other black belts there. I think they have like 4 red and white belts, but only one of them wears the red and white. Mm-hmm. It's Carmen, the main guy, and then everybody else just wear black belts. But man, there's a lot of knowledge in that room, and like so it's 2 days a week, and each practice is about 2.5 hours. So it's a lot. Pretty good. They're a lot longer. And the times that I've been there so far, there's been about 45 people in each class, and about 8 to 10 black belts always on the mats. And then they told me that right now, since this is a summer session, people are out of town and stuff like that. He said during the spring and winter sessions, because it follows the college schedule. Yeah. There'll be 50, 60 people on the mats, 70 people on the mats. Too, right? Just all ages. Oh. You know, people they've had that club since the 80s, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's the biggest club in the United States. Riverside Judo Club is the biggest judo club in the United 80s? States.
That's a long ass time.
I think it's actually been going longer than that, but it's moved around a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think they said that it's the biggest club in the United States general. Mm-hmm. They have more than anybody. And then I was asking the professor or the sensei, I was like, isn't like the real competitive judo in the United States on the East Coast with like Jimmy's Judo and shit? And he's like, they're good. He's like, the best team in the United States is in San Jose. So San Jose State has the best judo club in the U.S.
The actual college?
I guess, yeah. But they have the same kind of thing where it's a club you can go join. Yeah. For some reason, they do them around the colleges, probably because they get the room. Like, it's a really nice room. Like,
probably get cheaper than paying for a building.
Because Riverside Judo Club does have a building, but it's like at a rec center.
Yeah.
So this one's at the college, and dude, I don't know if you've ever been to UCR. Mm-hmm. It's fucking nice. My wife goes there. Mm-hmm. It's super nice. They have like this really nice sports complex. It's got like an indoor gym and a basketball court and a pool. It's like super nice. And then one of the rooms they have set up as the judo room. So I think during the off season they do like aerobics and shit in there because it's like all mirrors everywhere. Mm-hmm. But they have like the pictures of Maeda and it's County Corjo or whatever. The dudes who started judo are always up on the walls. The one thing that's
like having Helio.
Yeah, just like it's like their version of the Helio. I'm sure Jiu-Jitsu took that from judo. Yeah. So they and then the only thing that sucks is you got to put the mats down and lift them up every time. But it's a big room. It's probably 75 feet by 40 feet. It's big. It's like it would be like if you got like 2 of our mats and put them together, like the same size mat. Yeah. So there's a lot of room. People are getting after it. And it's fun. It's really cool.
How's the vibe in terms of like what do you call it? Like, what was I gonna say? In terms of like how people react with each other, picking roles and things like that.
Well, so picking roles, they say to chase the black belts.
Yeah, that's what I've always
heard. Just run up to a black belt and say you want next, and they're happy to go with you. So that's kind of new. You know what I mean? I mean, I do it anyway, but they say you shouldn't ask upper belt to roll.
That's in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, in jiu-jitsu, yeah. And another funny thing about that is, like, you're supposed to tie your belt facing away from your instructor. There, they say never turn your back on anybody. Mm. So you're supposed to face when you tie your belt. Because there's one of the other professors there. He's actually a red and black belt. I believe he got his belt from the Kodokan in Japan, which is like the school of judo in Japan. Because that's the only place I read that you can get those red and black belts. They don't give them out. Mm-hmm. And he's older, too. He's probably in his 60s. He's straight from Japan. I think he's deaf, they said, and he doesn't talk. He doesn't speak English, and he's deaf. Oh, shit. So I turned around and tied my belt, and he waved at me, and I looked at him, and then he's saying something, and someone's like, hey, he said never turn your back on anybody when you tie your belt. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, why? And he turns his back, and he goes like this. And he's like, because if you turn your back on me, I'm going to smack you. He's like, never turn your back on your opponent. But so that dude's there, dude. Like the way he just like he doesn't ever grip anybody. I haven't seen him really grip anybody, but he'll sit there and he'll watch you and he'll be like, no. He'll go like this, and he'll be like, and start doing it. It's like, God damn, you can tell that dude's been doing judo a long time. And then his son, who I think is like in his 20s, is a world champion, and he's there too, and he's savage.
That's
dude.
crazy.
But the vibe's pretty cool. I told because I'm wearing a white belt in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm a white belt in judo. And I started so I'm doing the beginner. They asked me to. I'm in the advanced class, but they're like, hey, do the beginner classes. They're only 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long. Do that, and then you can come do the randori and the niwaza and all the rounds with us, all the technique and everything with us. Because the warm ups are very difficult for the advanced class. Like you have to jump and forward roll, and they do all this crazy shit. And he's like, you got to learn how to do that.
Yeah. But
he's like, by the time that class is over, that's when we start doing the technique and the randori. So randori is the standing sparring rounds, and then niwaza are the jiu-jitsu sparring rounds. So he's like, do the beginner classes and then come with us. So I'm trying to remember where I was going with that.
About their warm-up.
Oh, so they figured out. I told the professor or the sensei and a couple other people that I do jiu-jitsu, and that I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And as soon as I started gripping people in the randori rounds, they're like, "What the fuck? You're not a white belt." Because I was throwing people, like legit throwing people, hitting like the techniques, the techniques that I know.
Yeah.
And it's way easier in judo at the lower level because there's no consequence if you fuck up, and that's the goal. They're standing up too, right? So it's easier to throw people at the lower levels. The higher levels, the dudes are so fucking good. You're not throwing them. But so you asked about the vibe. There's a little bit of like an awkwardness, like it's jiu-jitsu versus judo. I'm like, here, dude, I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
But I've choked multiple people out because they don't know jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So when you do the niwaza rounds, the interesting thing is they don't teach arm locks, any type of joint lock until you're a brown belt. They only teach chokes, and it's pretty basic chokes. So they haven't seen. Like, they don't know about a lot of the stuff that you can do. Like, I've hit everyone with a baseball bat. Every choke I've got's been a baseball bat choke. So, like, they think they're all fucking passing, and I'm like,
boom, done.
Well, I hit the grip, and, like, they don't even...
Fight it.
It's not even a thought to them.
Yeah.
And then I'll put my leg down, and you see, like, haha, fuck this guy, I'm passing, and then it's like... And then you fucking get the choke. So, that's pretty interesting. Like... They don't know that they're in danger from positions. Like I was doing the niwaza round with one of the black belts, and dude, I knee shield swept them like a white belt.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't seen that before. They don't know like the knee shield, and they don't know that like if I grip your ankle, like your pant grip or grip your knee grip, I'm just gonna roll you. Because I had the dude collar, knee shield, and then the knee grip, and then you have to wear these baggy ass gis.
Oh, so
there's fucking grips everywhere because I just gripped it and it was like a pocket grip on the side of the knee, which is hard to get in jiu-jitsu. But I was just like, roll them over. So it's really cool. I can't wait to learn the throws and like, so the only actual throw they've shown so far that we've gone over multiple times is Ippon Seanagi, which is a turning throw over your shoulder without crouching or anything. It's you throw them over your shoulder, like under the armpit, grab the sleeve. Under the armpit, you pinch the armpit and you throw them, right? But just the small little details they've showed on that already, it's like...
Yeah, makes a difference.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, because it's specific on that, which is awesome.
Yeah. And like you were saying, everyone stands up and they posture up. So it's easier to get the throws.
The foot sweeps.
Yeah. The foot sweeps called sasai, and then... So there's three types of throws in judo. There's a hand throw, a hip throw, and a foot throw or sweep, right? So... a hand throw would be like a uchimata or a seonagi. A hip throw would be I can't think of the name, but like where you step all the way across and hip throw them versus like a uchimata where you step in between, and then a foot sweep. Any type of foot sweep is
is the room air conditioned?
Yeah, it's still warm in there though because there's so many people in there. It's probably 85, 90 in there. So you're sweating, but dude, it's in a multi-million-dollar building.
Yeah, because it's at the college, so makes sense.
It's super nice.
That sounds fun, though.
Yeah. They said everyone's welcome to join.
It's so fucking far.
Yeah. It's cheap, too. It's for the whole year, it's $270.
That is cheap as fuck.
Yeah. And then you can buy a gi from them for like $40.
I might have to come check it out every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, is it one of those things where you can go like once a week, twice a week and get better?
You have to be a member.
No, but be a member. But
get better?
Like, you know, in jiu-jitsu, they say kind of like
four
times, like 3 times is kind of the very bare minimum. Do you think you can do that?
I think so. Well, it's only 2 times a week anyway.
Oh.
So yes, you can definitely progress in it. I think because
They don't do weekends?
no, it's for sparring.
Right.
So they have places you can go. I think that he said that the kids club has a Saturday or Sunday they do, and he's like, there's 17-year-olds there that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
So or 18-year-olds there that will whoop your ass. So
Yeah.
he's like it's worth it to go to those. But the reason I think you can progress in that little amount of time is so far what I've seen, they split it up into 2 days. So the first day of the week is like these walking takedown throws. So like let's say we're doing the Ippon Seonagi. You grab your opponent and you step backwards 3 or 4 times and you throw them. 3 or 4 times throw them, right? So you're trying to get the footwork into the thing, right? And then you switch. Your partner does it to you. And then you do it the opposite side. So you get 4 opportunities to do
You
it.
said 200 something a year?
$270 a year, I think. It's $30 a quarter.
Quarter?
Yeah, I think there's only 3, or sorry,
Four
$90 a quarter. I think there's only 3 quarters.
Oh, shit.
So like for this session right now, it's from 3 weeks ago. It's 11 weeks long.
Do they prorate it if you start?
No, it's $90.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you pay the college. They don't have anything to do with it, and you can't get in the building unless you're a member. So, but it's $90 every quarter, and I think there's 3 quarters a year.
I might have to. Maybe
So-
I'll just ride down there on the bike.
Yeah, dude. I mean, from here you'd be like an extra 20 minutes. It'd take an hour because there's no traffic once you get to my house.
Well, if I do it on the bike, it'll be
Yeah,
quicker.
yeah. So like when I leave it takes me the exact same distance to get there that it does to our gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the opposite side.
It's in Riverside, so
Yeah.
but it's really cool. I'm enjoying it. But the reason you can progress is because you do the one day you do that kind of stuff, and then the second day of the week you throw everyone. And if there's 50 people there,
You get so many throws.
you get 100 throws,
Yeah.
and you're on crash pads. So you get the opportunity to learn how to fall,
Yeah.
and then you get the opportunity to learn how to throw every size of person. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah, because they don't do it like by weight classes. It's like, okay, U10, 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 U10.
Oh, that's
And then-
interesting because then you get to try the different sizes.
Yeah, and then every person throws 25 times. So if you're getting thrown and there's 5 dudes, you're getting
Jesus.
thrown 120 times, and then you're throwing 25 people. So it's very cool. And then so the times that I've been there, other black belts travel around and they come. Like the last time I was there, there's these 3 black belts from Victorville, older dudes. They were like in their 50s, and they were throwing the fuck out of people. Like it's very cool.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, they're like we want everyone to come.
Yeah.
Like we want bodies.
They just want to learn.
Yeah, because they want to learn, they want to show it. They're completely opposite from jiu-jitsu, where there's not a team.
No.
It's from what I can tell, it's like the countries versus the countries, right?
Yeah.
Like they didn't seem like they liked Cuba very much when I brought it up. They're like, yeah, the Cuban style is, you know what I
Different.
mean? Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's USA versus Cuba versus Russia versus Europe
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's how they think of it, I think, right? Yeah.
That's interesting though. It seems fun.
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be hard to break the jiu-jitsu habits
Yeah.
to get better at judo, and then it's going to be hard to throw away the judo habits in jiu-jitsu. Because for me, I'm not doing it to learn judo. I want to become a judo black belt, but not because I want to become a judo black belt. I want to be a better jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Do they have timelines for belts?
Yeah, black belt's probably about 4 years if you're consistent.
Oh, that's crazy. That it's so low.
So in my opinion, I don't know very much about it, so that might be different everywhere, but they kind of use it. I've heard multiple different people talk about the belt system in judo. So a brown belt in judo is the equivalent probably to a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Like time-wise and skill-wise, I think. They're better at the throws, but they know nothing about nuance.
Ground, yeah.
Versus when you're a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, you've seen most of the judo throws.
Have they shown Nuwaza stuff?
Yeah. So when I was there, one of the days they were showing a bunch of variations of the cross collar. They have their own name for it, but like, double underhand cross collar versus one up, one over, and then like they call that different things. So this is one cross collar. This is another cross collar. This is another cross collar. So they show different. This is a different cross collar. If you grab the shoulder, that's a different version of it. So that's what they were showing, but not to be rude about it. The technique is not very sharp.
Yeah.
Like, I can hit the cross collar on them from going deep with one hand and then loose on the other hand. I don't think they understand that you don't have to be under there, right? You're trying to just stop the artery, the blood flow. So if you pull the collar tight enough, you can get the other one in there deep and it's good enough. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think what I've seen so far, they're not showing the transitions. Like, okay, you lose the cross collar, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Right?
Well, because they stop you.
Yeah, because the Niwaza round's only 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so
if you don't get the tap or there's no like.
Yeah, if there's a pause in the action, they stop it.
Yeah, they just stop it.
And
So you don't have to know all that.
You got to get after it.
I mean, the people that you watch that are at high levels, they know that
they get
shit,
after it.
They get after it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not.
Well, you know,
they stop it.
I was watching these Travis Steven highlights again because I trained with Travis Stevens before, and I knew who he was before that too, so I've always been intrigued by his style. But I was watching his highlights from like going up to the Olympics, and I mean he arm locks a lot of people. Man, his arm lock technique is sloppy. I don't think he's catching that style arm lock on a jiu-jitsu guy.
Belt. Yeah.
But you're catching it on these judo guys because they don't know it. You know, so it's hard to say.
I mean, so technically, even though you're going to learn judo, if you were to compete, could you
if you don't get
gamify the system?
Yeah, if you don't get ippon, yes.
Yeah, and just be like, I'm just gonna smash this dude on the ground and tap him out.
So I don't know what it's called when you don't ippon.
You need to go try to compete.
Oh, I am. As soon as I told him, I was like, hey, when's the next competition? I was like, do I get to compete at white belt? They're like, yeah.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, what's up? I'm about to be a white belt world champion.
That's
dude.
actually pretty fucking dope to the idea to be able to go in and compete as a white belt.
So what I want to do is I want to ask him if they're okay with me trying to learn the Tomonagi. You know what Tomonagi is? It's like the guard pull. It's a guard pull.
Oh, with a throw?
Yeah, it's a guard pull with a throw. It's a variation of a circle throw. So, and if they ask me why, and it's like, well, I want to compete, and first I want to throw people. No doubt. Yeah. That's why I'm going there to learn how to throw people. But I also want to win, and if I can Tomonagi everyone, and they don't get ippon, it's fucking over for them. They don't know how to defend chokes.
Yeah.
And if I start, like, you're allowed to Kimura.
So it's almost like you're almost like pulling guard, but
you can't pull guard.
Yeah, you can't pull guard, but you're almost like pulling guard because you try to do the throw. Oh, it didn't work. Oh no.
Well, let's just say they tip over.
Yeah, and you get on top.
Get on top, and it's So I'm about to be a white belt world champion.
I want to see this.
Yeah, because so I got to try to compete in the next month because this quarter the goal is at the beginner class. The goal is to get you. I think they said there's 2 throws, 4 chokes, a pin, and then like how to fall is what they teach you. Yeah, they test you. I watched one of the tests.
Easy. It's kind of like, do you know it?
The hard part is like it's all in Japanese.
Oh, so the
sensei is like, okay, fucking blah 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 katagatame.
Yeah, you got to know the
and you're like, oh fuck, well what's in that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, so they're testing. So at the end of this quarter, they test you, and if you pass, you get a yellow belt. Mm-hmm. So it goes white, yellow, orange, green, brown. No, I don't think there's green for adults. So white, yellow, orange, green, brown, black. But those first 3 colored belts I think are like
probably easy
3-4 months at a time. You know what I mean? They're not very.
They don't do stripes.
No, they don't do stripes, and they don't even have promotion bars. It's just blank belts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, like it's gonna be hard to like. They want to if I like Uchimata you, they want me to forward roll on top of you.
Yeah, not to end up in the to
land
but
in a it's like if I do that in jiu-jitsu, I forward roll and you have my back.
Yeah, you have your back. Yeah.
So you gotta learn how to gamify because again, I'm not doing judo for the purity of judo. I want to do judo to improve jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right. And then the one thing I think is cool about the Niwaza rounds, they're so short, it forces you to try to attack. Like you can't.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you can be you can be extremely aggressive.
Yeah, and so we're in jiu-jitsu, my whole game is slow everyone down, wait for my time to sweep them, and get on top, right? Versus in judo, it's like I got 30 seconds, I got to start working either bottom game or top game instantly.
Have you tried paper cutting anyone yet?
No, but I did clock choke a couple people actually. But the clock choke, like they don't know it, so I was doing something. And we ended up in turtle. I was just like, well, they don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I grabbed the fuck out of the wrist, and I choked them. And so because they don't teach arm locks to anybody but brown belts, you can put your arms where the fuck you want.
And they're not going to try to.
They're not going to arm lock you.
Yeah.
So like in positions where I'm like, fuck, I got a straight arm. I'm going to get arm locked here. I'm just like, fuck that. I'll throw my arm in there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a learning curve. I will paper cut someone, but like I'm waiting for that one. For like one of the knee because every time we've done the knee Niwaza rounds, I've just played half guard and let people pass and choke them or attempt to choke them. So when I get a little bit more comfortable with the people, because people aren't going to like me choking them, you know, especially it's a mean choke. You know, the paper cutter is not a nice choke.
It's not mean, but it's not the worst choke.
It's not the worst one, but it's not nice. You know, I'd rather be triangled than paper cuttered.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then
can you do triangles?
Yeah. And I actually know, like, I can triangle people at the level they are.
Yeah, because it feels like a blue belt.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm just waiting for the time where my feet are up. I'm like, oh, that's it. You're triangled. Like, and they're going to be like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about it.
That's what makes me excited more than anything. Just to go try, like,
but what you got to remember though is, like, let's say they do the Niwaza rounds first.
Yeah,
you got to do the randori afterwards, and they're going to be coming hard. So.
Yeah.
And then the randori is 6 minutes of standing. And you can stay in the whole time. They usually do 6 or 10 rounds.
That's crazy.
So you can stay in the whole time if you want to.
Yeah.
They want you to stay in. They want you to be tired.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they want to break your technique up.
To make it so they can fix it.
Yeah.
So as you get sloppy.
So you know, tired. Like, hey, when I'm fucking tired, I have all these holes in my game.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, because when you get tired, you get sloppy. At least then if you get tired and you're not sloppy, it means when when you're tired, if you're not sloppy, then when you're not tired, your shit's going to be fucking on point. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That's cool, man. I mean, I wish they had a place closer.
Yeah, there's not one. The closest one's in Lake Elsinore. But that's same distance for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Elsinore from my house is about the same 25 minutes. Yeah, it's super cheap. Yeah. Yeah, it's $270 I think for the whole year. You only pay $90 at a time.
I might have to join you.
You got to buy a judo gi.
And they're going to be like, oh, look, brothers.
You'll have to buy a judo gi, but like I said, you can buy one of theirs. They're good enough. They're $40 to start. $40.
Yeah.
Because I was going to buy a Hyperfly judo gi because I'm on the Hyperfly tip right now, but it's $250 that gi.
They're just more stiff?
Dude. So theirs aren't. The ones they sell, they're not that heavy, but I was looking at the Hyperfly ones. They're all 700 GSM.
You can actually get an Adidas one.
I was going to buy an Adidas one. I've been looking. So they make a cheap Adidas one and they make an expensive Adidas one. So I was trying to decide which one I want to get. The Adidas one, because one of the dudes was wearing an Adidas one. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
I wish they made jiu-jitsu gis.
Only the Gracie Baja ones. Only the Baja ones.
I was like, those are badass.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like the Mizuno makes gi. There's some pretty cool judo gis. That dude, Higashi, you know what I'm talking about? Japanese dude on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, with the red belt.
Yeah.
Or the core belt.
Yeah, red and white belt. Yeah. He has his own brand of gis. They're fucking dope. But I think they come with his patches on them already. They're badass, though.
I really like him.
Yeah.
The other guy that I've been watching is the guy from Legion.
Oh, Miha?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
The Russian
dude?
He does,
the Russian dude.
Miha.
He is fucking dope. And he teaches really well.
He's a judo black belt.
But the way he teaches, too, I really like the way he teaches. He's not
good.
just doing it. He explains why you do certain things and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, there's certain things that some of the stuff that I've been trying to hit at the gym when I go, I've like seen him do it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now, like, I was trying it completely different because I learned from a different thing. And then now I saw his version, and I was like, oh, that looks makes more sense to try it this way. Yeah. And then I tried it, and I'm able to hit it a little bit smoother. So.
But, you know, thinking about that, about judo versus jiu-jitsu, I think the judo stance is superior standing up until you start to wrestle. That's when it becomes not good. But, like, if you're hand fighting, the judo stance is way better than the jiu-jitsu stance. Because especially for us, most people don't know what to do when you're standing straight up.
I wouldn't stand straight up because you can get a single leg.
That's what I said, until you start to wrestle.
Yeah, but it's mixed in now. You can't not.
But if you can stop the wrestling standing up, it's better. Because you can reach further. You can get, one of the reasons I started getting hyped, you and I have been talking about judo for about 2 months now. One of the reasons I started getting hyped on it is my neck is not good enough to wrestle, because every time I try to wrestle, my neck gets pinned, and it makes me not want to train.
My knees are what killed me for wrestling, because I can't do shooting and stuff like that without hurting.
And then I was talking to Chris Santana about judo, and he was like, dude, judo is the anti-wrestling. He's like, if you can learn good judo, you can stop any wrestling.
Yeah, because if you go for a single leg, like if you watch...
You come forward, you lift up,
if you watch Nick's brother...
Yeah.
How he had his foot out, and he was fucking... You going for the single leg, he was like, bam, and he just throw you. I was like, ooh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
And he kind of baits you into it. I saw him bait a few people into it.
Because I've been fucking with the Uchimata for so long, I've watched 30 or 40 different guys show how to do it.
Yeah.
So I stand up straight up on a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know what to do when you start standing straight up like this. And especially if you start to like frame with people or like post on people like that straight up, they're like, what the fuck do I? Like they start trying to get into the stance, and when they start to drop, you can reach over the shoulder. You can go underhook. Yeah. It leaves it's confusing for a lot of people when you stand stiff.
I prefer if they stand straight up, because then I'm gonna start going for foot sweeps and try to off balance you and like.
Yeah, but
it makes you throw.
But in my opinion, anything but the actual wrestling, the straight up stance is superior. Yeah, because you're fully balanced over your hips, versus when you start to lean forward. Because I've been trying to work on the lean forward the way you do too. I'm so off balance for it, so I need to be like in that mid range is where I feel the most comfortable. Yeah. But when you start to stand straight up, your balance is super good if your feet aren't touching. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I know. I have to see. I definitely something to think about because I'd like to try it. And I think I told you like I was looking for a little bit too. So
well, we were trying to go to that dude, the Cuban dude, in Temecula, but he's gone. He's gone. So. Yeah.
But it may give me a reason to ride the motorcycle a couple times a week.
Yeah, it's Monday, Wednesday, 6:30 to 9. It usually ends about 8:45 because they pick up the mats. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 6:30 to 8:45. It's fun. But you have the hard part is doing those beginner classes.
Because it's annoying.
Well, I know how to break fall.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's whatever. I don't
The one thing they did show though is like the forward roll. They showed it with like a ton of detail, and I was like, oh, this is way better.
The way to do it.
Yeah. Like they show you, so you put one knee down and one knee up. Like say your right knee's up, then you take your right hand and you bend it like this, and then you take your left hand, you put it next to it, and you roll over your elbow. And she's like, you look back and you roll over your elbow.
I normally just kind of throw it.
That's what I try to do, but it's way better if you do this. And they're like, what? The reason we show you that is so when you start to fall forward, you just do that with your arm. Mm-hmm. So like they break those details down way better because they're way afraid of everyone getting hurt. Yeah. Because one of the days I was there, it wasn't the main sensei, it was another dude. He was like the secondary guy. And I after the class, I was standing there and I was like, hey, the other sensei said I can do the randori rounds, blah blah blah. And he's like, I don't know, man. And he's like, you're a white belt, and I was like, yeah, but I'm not a white belt. And I started telling him, he's like, yeah, just be careful. I was like, dude, I know how to fall. And I was like, nobody here. I was like, it's hot as balls. The fucking camera stopped.
We were like deep in the conversation. We got into some deep
shit and fucking it died. Sorry.
Yeah, we looked at the camera and it was fucking dead. Yeah. But you were saying how I don't know where we missed it, but you were saying how you roll with that kid. He tried to throw you, and you were like, oh, you're not gonna throw me. And then you were saying, he's probably like 2 years in, and you're much longer in. Oh, but I was saying, also the big difference is at our school, we start standing, and a lot of jiu-jitsu schools, they don't start standing unless they're in like training for a comp or they're in a comp class that's maybe once a week or something like that. But
also Omar shows a lot of judo stuff. I mean, Omar's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu in judo too. So
I mean, we had Leo showing a lot of judo stuff too. So I feel like it's not like we have no knowledge of it, but we also have a lot more experience constantly standing and trying to do throws because we're always trying to do throws or takedowns.
And we have a lot of wrestlers at our school, so a lot of kids who wrestle and a lot of adult wrestlers. So I mean, that's part of it too.
Really good wrestlers.
Yeah, really good wrestlers. Yeah, so
that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess on another subject, because we fucking probably had 10 minutes of conversation that was fuego that fucking got cut off. Sorry. We need to get 2 cameras, like have the GoPro so we can cut shit in or something, and when it's hot as fuck like this.
Yeah, with GoPro doesn't probably overheat as much.
Yeah. So they closed out the 80 kg bracket for CJI.
Yeah, last I seen there was like 2 spots left.
So the official 16-man bracket for under 80 is Tommy Langaker, who's a savage from Europe. Jason Nolf, I'm not familiar with this dude. I don't know if he does any submission wrestling, but it says he's a 3-time NCAA champion. Mm-hmm. Lucas Barboza, savage. I think he's from Autos. Egan O'Flanagan, so I'm not familiar with him, but he's a ADCC European Trials winner. Mateus Denise, he's an ADCC champion already. Hinato Cantu, also a Nogi world champion, IBJJF. He's good. He's been on the scene again, popping off. He's a little bit older, but he's good. Roberto Jimenez, he's got to be top 3 or 4 dudes to win that division. Savage. Levi Jones, I'm not familiar with him either. And then Joseph Chin. Let's stop right there.
Really good.
So Joseph Chin is like the next guy up and coming right now. He won the trials in Europe. So last night he fought Ty Rutolo in one FC. Or one championship.
I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
It went to a decision that Ty won, but it was a good scrap. So that's going to be, I mean, it shows that he's at that level. He deserves to be there.
I mean, if he didn't get tapped or something.
Yeah, he didn't get tapped, and he didn't really even get close to getting submitted. So you got Joseph Chin, Nicky Ryan, Ty Rutolo, Kay Rutolo. So those dudes got to be, after seeing that performance of Ty at one championship last night, I don't know if that was a last-minute fight or what, but I think that knocks him lower down.
On Reddit, someone was saying that they were more impressed with, what's his name?
Joseph?
Yeah. Out of the whole, even though he lost, everyone was more impressed with
Joseph. Yeah, so I think that maybe knocks Ty down a little bit in the seeds, but I mean, Cade looks unstoppable. So Cade's still probably top 3. Andy Varela, who's very good, but he's a B level. He's a B level at that upper level. Yeah. You know what I mean? No disrespect to him.
He's not top tier yet.
No, he's exciting. So he'll have a good scrap. Andrew Tackett, Fucking savage. You know, he's got to be top 3 too. So top 5 guys.
I forgot I watched him beat Big Dan. I remember I thought Big Dan
on who's next.
Yeah, and I was like, Big Dan's gonna smash him.
Yeah.
And then he fucking just came out with that rear naked choke.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh damn,
Yeah.
he's fucking for real.
Yeah, and he's big too. I mean, he's 180 pounds legit.
Yeah.
Then you got Kenta Iwamoto. I'm not familiar with him, but he's a 3-time Asian Trials winner. And then the people's champ, Majid Hage, got the fucking invite a week after he got the invite to ADCC. He signed up, said, I'm in ADCC, it's fucking going down. A week later, he got hit with the fucking $1 million offer, and he said, hey, my only stipulation is, am I allowed to fucking compete in a T-shirt? And they said, absolutely you're allowed to. And he's like, I'm in. Because he's old school, dude. He wears fucking board shorts and a T-shirt, dog.
Yeah.
Old school, and knee pads, dog. Majid is the fucking man. So
you know what I see coming out of this? Greasy Nicky. For sure. For sure. He's going to be lubed the fuck up.
Dude, he's just a fucking Guido.
No, he's
that's
fucking,
a lifetime of fucking GTL, dude.
Every fucking person that's competed against him where he didn't have a full-on rash guard were like, he's fucking greasy.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think that's a lifetime of GTL, dude. I know he's Puerto Rican or whatever, Dominican, but that's a lifetime of GTL, dude.
Just sweating the grease.
Sweating it out forever, dude. I had this old truck, and the guy I got it from was a mechanic, so his hands were always greasy. So as soon as it gets warm, the steering wheel I've scrubbed the steering wheel so many times, oil just comes out of the steering wheel. That's just like Nicky Rod, dude. He's just permanently greasy, dog.
How many people are left for the
I think there's 3 at the upper divisions. We'll probably talk about that one next week because I'm sure it'll be finalized, but for my top 5 in that division, I got Roberto Jimenez, Nicky Ryan, Joseph Chin, Cade Rutolo, and I'm gonna have to kick.
I don't know how Diego Pato did get in there.
He's way too small.
You think?
He's way too small. So Cade, and then I'm gonna have to defer for Andrew. Andrew will be my alternate. But 5, Majid, the people's champ, dude. I don't know if he wins it, but his matches are gonna be good.
It doesn't matter. The fucking card is just stacked, dude. It's such a good event.
Dude, I'm going to have to forego fucking Masterworld for it because I want to go to Masterworld, but, dude, this trip's going to be like $5,000. So, like, twice in a month, dude, Vegas is so expensive.
It's like Masterworld.
Yeah, even if you just, like, try to calm down, it's still $300 a night plus the room, you know what I mean?
Going out, drinks,
yeah,
food.
So we're there for 3-4 days. It's $1,000 in food and drinks plus $1,000 for the room.
You don't eat so much.
I don't really eat when we're out there. I eat the cheap. I mean, I like to hit the buffet once. What's that one did you go to that one that was way out of town with us on the east side? Sorry, west. When you go west out of Vegas, it's like the last casino. Maybe it's the Silverton. They had a pretty solid buffet for like $20. It was really good. They had all you can drink mimosas. You didn't go with us to that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Martha found it. Yeah, breakfast buffet. Yeah. That's a good buffet.
This gay guy over here. Oh wait, I might have to cut that one out. Mr. Haktui himself.
Mr. Haktui. Oh, looking all greasy too.
Special invite.
Hold on, we got a special guest just showed up. Oh shit! Hey, say less, fam. Get up on the camera real quick. Say hi. Former guest Dan Abalit. Uncle Dan over here. Uncle Danny. Dude, you're Uncle Danny, dog. You're the fucking Tio.
I don't know. We had a quick visitor. Yeah. Brought us some beers, which
Dodgers
you
beer
can take them with you.
Nah, I won't drink it. Maybe I'll
just take them with you. I got so much beer left over, and I'm after this weekend, that's it. I'm back on no beer, water.
It's always Monday, dog.
It's always Monday. It's always one day.
August.
It's always day one.
August. Day one.
Hey, day one can happen as many days as you need it.
Hey, eventually it's going to become day 2.
Yeah,
eventually you get to a day 2.
Yeah, that's
we're going to be drinking all summer, dude. Don't try to fucking bullshit me with this shit.
I'm trying.
You're not doing Masterworld.
I'm trying to get a dad bod.
You have a dad bod.
Oh, you're right. I don't want a dad bod. I want to be jacked.
I don't know. We were talking about CJI, Judo, beating fools up. This fool's not training.
It's been an odd week.
Couple weeks.
But I'll tell you that I've definitely felt mentally, because I haven't even been able to lift.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't want to be in the middle of a lift and then it start burning and I'm by myself and I'm like, fuck. I get stuck. Yeah, and I get stuck. And so I've been letting it just heal and just stretching and stuff. So, but like mentally, I'm like, I don't want to say I'm depressed, but I feel in a funk, because I'm not doing anything. I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
Like,
you need to be. First of all, I am a doctor.
okay.
You need to like lift 3-4 days a week. Maybe go 5% harder those days, right? Go a little bit harder than you do. Maybe not more weight, but more reps, right?
That's my plan.
Get a
More
little bit,
reps.
but get a little bit more burn in less days, and then train 4 days a week, not twice a day, 4 days a week.
Nah. I want to.
Look how fucking hurt you are, bitch. You didn't even train for 2 weeks.
I know, but
so all those 2 days you did just got wasted.
not necessarily.
Where's your cardio at?
My cardio's gone, but
Cardio makes everything.
But you still learn. My technique wise, I'm still farther along than when I was last.
You were
time.
2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, but now it's gonna be.
But now you're
different.
rusty.
I don't know about rusty in 2 weeks.
Dude, 4 or 5 days a week training, 3-4 days a week lifting, no 2 days. You're not. You're not 30 anymore.
I don't know.
You're not even 40
I feel
anymore.
like I'm 30.
You old ass bitch.
Fuck you. I want to feel like I'm 30.
I feel like I'm 30.
I
look like I'm 50.
Yeah, you look old as fuck.
Someone's
This is
got
sun. You're always in the sun.
In the sun more than
The
I
sun
want to
kills
be.
you. The sun fucks you. Have you ever seen those videos of like
It's just driving around,
the truck
too.
drivers where like
That's what it's from
where, like
driving.
one
Yeah.
side of their face from truck driving
Yeah.
is like really old and then
Yeah.
half is like and then their arm like one
Yeah.
arm is really old, one arm it's crazy how damaging the sun
Yeah.
is.
Before my mom got old, she was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because my mom drove a bus always.
Yeah. It's crazy. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say other than it's been a good week. Trying to recover, hanging out too much.
You're hanging out too much.
I'm
This is
enjoying-
why we missed the last podcast.
Yeah.
This fool was too drunk to do it.
No. Let's be clear. This is what happened. We had a party
Saturday.
It was a Friday night.
Saturday.
No, it was a Friday.
It was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Well, I
Right.
mean, maybe you did Friday too, but I came on Saturday.
No, it must have been Saturday. We were up super late.
Yeah, because we were watching the UFC.
Oh, yeah. We were up super late. We were drinking. And then I was like, hey, he's like, let's do it tomorrow. I said, okay. And then we agreed like 10, 11 o'clock so he can sleep.
And I hit
in.
you up like at 10.
And no, you didn't. You hit me up at 1 o'clock.
No, that was the second time I hit you up.
Oh, well, you hit me up
I
at
hit
10.
you up like at 9 or 10. I was like, hey, Brianna has COVID. So I'm gonna
that's right. So that changes things too.
because I was like, I'm going to take a test.
Yeah, we
And
weren't
then-
sure. I didn't want to get COVID.
Yeah, but also by the time I took the test and took a shower,
Yeah, it was like 1. And then I was
Yeah.
already taking my kid out. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm going to go. Somehow that day Nathan went, his friends fought. I guess Herb Dean was there. Herb Dean was there. Who else was there?
What tournament was there? What team was it?
I
Titan
don't
Fight
know.
or whatever?
Herb Dean owns, I think, the organization. And who else was there? Chuck Liddell was there.
Oh shit.
I don't know, whatever. But his friends ended up losing or whatever. But Nathan went there. Rebecca was working, and so I had Noah. And I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking spend the day with him and go take him out, like do shit. So I took him out.
That's because you're a good dad.
Went out and went skateboarding. Took him for ice cream up in Idlewild. We drove around, did some went to the viewpoints and shit like that. Just hung out.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd take advantage of just having. I never just have one of them, so it's cool to get Sometimes it's cool to get one-on-one.
What was your last one, dude?
It's my last one. One.
Hey, for reference, the best viewpoint's on the other side of Idlewild, in the desert
Looking
side.
over Palm Springs. I was gonna drive over there because
the top of Highway 74.
Yeah, but I was like,
it's a far drive. It's like an hour.
Yeah,
but it's cool because you can see all the desert. You can see like the entrance to Beaumont, and you can see the Salton Sea and shit.
It's badass.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I wanted a place because he likes to walk around. He likes hiking a lot. So we went to this. It's up in Idlewild. It's called something Viewpoint or something. Mm-hmm. And then there was like a trail like way the fuck over there, and he wanted to go over there. And I had like those Adidas. They have like no. They're definitely not for hiking. I'm like, I'm not going over there. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going over there. I'm gonna bust my ass. And so then he's like, well, can I go? And I was like, fine. So I let him go, and he fucking went way the fuck out there. So it was cool. I mean, I try to take advantage of it. You know, I don't have time. I don't get a lot of time around just one of them. So
you're gonna have a lot of that coming up.
Nah. If these kids don't move, I don't. It's so hard for kids these days to move out, man. It's just so expensive to be like.
Dude, the back of my knees are sweating.
I know.
My arms are fucking sweating.
Yeah.
I got to go work. It was his fault we didn't do a podcast last week. Eventually, we're going to do these topical ones.
Yeah. So the idea is we do want to do some like topic-based podcasts where we can keep doing podcasts that are like relevant to what's going on now, and then every once in a while throw one of those out when we need a little break or something. Just a good topic to cover, but it's not related to anything going on, nothing current, just good conversation and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm fucking sweating my ass off over here. So while you guys are probably sitting here listening to this in a nice fucking cool vehicle, or office, unless you're Louis. Then you're driving around and it's hot
That
as
fool's
fuck.
got an air conditioner.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, in this shit.
Anyways, if you like the video, hit like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time.
Megaton lifestyle.